Moody Blues here on your community radio station, WAPJ Torrington, and I have Kenn Morr in studio. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Barry.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good, and you're playing at the Bridge Street Cafe Friday night. What time does that start? 7 p.m.?
7 p.m.
Right in Collinsville.
It's an early show in Collinsville, yeah.
That's an amazing area for music.
Absolutely is.
It's just the coolest place. I mean, you get a lot of open mics happening at the Sal's, and people are just coming in and out of there, and
yeah,
and it's absolutely great. And are you taking your band, or are you playing by yourself?
I'm going to 3 out of the 4 members of my band. One of them is going to be about 10 hours away and only in New York, celebrating Thanksgiving with his mom, his aging mom. So we have the bass player and my Many Hands, Professor Many Hands, which is Tom Hagmassi, and Tom plays fiddle and bouzouki, mandolin, accordion, and so we'll have him and Pat Ryan on bass and myself singing the songs with them.
It sounds great.
Oh yeah,
I love. Like I can press a button and have music come out of a CD, But when I get to watch performers perform live, not only do you get to listen to the music, but you get to watch them perform, and you see some interesting guitar work. A lot of times, you see some people pick up instruments that you never even heard of or seen before, and then you get to hear the stories. Yeah. Behind the music.
That's all happened. That's it.
And that is why I love live music. Just absolutely love it.
Yeah. Well, there'll be plenty of all the above on Friday. Especially with Tom Hagmassi. I mean, I didn't even know what a bouzouki was.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
A bouzouki, I always like to say that if a mandolin mated with a 12-string guitar, the resulting child would be a bouzouki. It's basically a large mandolin, or a longer scaled mandolin, 8 strings, 4 double strings. And the reason why I bring a 12-string into it is because it gets the depth, that deep sound of a 12-string guitar, but yet it's done in the mandolin tuning, and it's just a really cool instrument.
That's amazing, because people haven't heard that before.
No. Seen
it before. No. And now they're going to watch somebody play it.
Yeah.
And what a great way to keep your Thanksgiving weekend going. It's just to go, hey, you know what? I need to relax for a while, get out and listen to some music, and you're going to learn something as well.
Yeah, especially watching him. And it's an early set too. They have a show at 10 o'clock as well. Jeremy Wallace is coming in at 10, but they're going to clear the house and turn it over.
Really?
They offered us the early slot, and it seemed like it made sense to me on Black Friday, people sitting around all Thursday and eating their turkey and drinking their spirits.
Yeah.
That by the time Friday comes around, 7 o'clock show is the one I'd want to go to, the early show.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And big plans for Thanksgiving?
No, it's staying local. My brother's driving in and just doing a local thing here, which is great because the show's the next day, so I don't have to do too much traveling. And just going to watch the parade in the morning.
Yep.
Got to see Bart Simpson floating over New York City. That's a tradition.
Absolutely.
And just hanging, laying low, and doing the show on Friday night.
And we have Kenn Morr in studio, and part of his band will be playing Friday night at Bridge Street Cafe in Collinsville. I have to work.
You have to work, you son of a gun.
I was so sorry. I'm like, cool, man. I love Friday night concerts. You get to wind up your week and stuff. And I was like, they put me on because it's a busy day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I said, not going.
You got to work.
You'll be asleep before I get out of work.
Yeah.
But no, what kind of music do you play a lot of times? I see you with an acoustic guitar, harmonica. What else?
It's I guess you'd call it folk rock, for lack of a better term. It's been called Americana. It's been called acoustic rock. It's been called singer-songwriter music. So it's got a lot of different labels. But
coffee house music.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
So any of those labels that fit, labels scare me a little bit.
I don't like to pigeonhole somebody.
No.
Especially a musician.
Yeah.
Because they will surprise you.
Yeah.
I have a friend, you're probably not familiar, he's from New Haven, Robert Masori, and he's actually started playing up here in a little bit in the area. And finger picker, and phenomenal. You can pick up anything and play it.
Yeah.
From an acoustic bass to a ukulele. I've seen him.
One of those guys.
One of those freaky guys. You can pick up anything. But I see you brought your guitar.
Sure did.
And the name of your new CD, right? This is brand new?
This is brand new. It was released in May.
Worth Imagining, the Kenn Morr Band. That's 2 N's, 2 R's.
Yeah.
And you can Google them and look them up on Facebook and all kinds of good stuff.
Sure.
And you're right from the area.
Yeah.
And do you want to play something?
Sure, I'd like to. I'll play it. I'll play one of the fan favorites.
Oh, a fan favorite.
A fan favorite. Went down to the river's edge and built myself a dream, right there where the things grow wild and the waters gleam. But the rain it fell, the river swell, washed the whole damn thing away. I guess I better build again, and I think I'll start today. Where there really ain't a reason and is so hard to explain. For every piece of pleasure there's a dose and of some pain. But I can see the beauty of that river in my mind, although these days it's dark and deep when the sun don't shine. Sing, roll, 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 let the river roll, as long as it don't flow on over me. And somewhere on an island on some far-off distant shore is the very seashell that I keep searching for. I held it for a moment once it slipped into the tide, and I've been searching ever since at every waterside, singing roll, 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 let the river roll, as long as it don't flow on over me. Woman of my vision, you're the keeper of my soul. And if I ever lost you, girl, I'd lose some control. But like the river keeps on raging till it dies out in the sound, we gotta keep moving, babe, you can't let nothing slow you down. Singing roll, 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 let the river roll, as long as it don't flow on over me. Let the river roll, as long as it don't flow on over me.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
I like that song. Now I know why it's a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
It's just very melodic, and it just keeps you. You're listening to the story.
Hopefully,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting back, and you're like you tapping your finger. I found myself doing it, tapping my fingers, and just keeping up with you.
Right on.
Now, is that something you play acoustically by your alone, or is it something you play? Your band plays behind you.
Well, no, that would be normally. I have a 4-piece band.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Gasper plays percussion. He's the one that's going to be out of town, but he plays percussion and all kinds of different percussion. And then, we have bass guitar, and then, as I said, Tom Hagmassi playing all those other instruments. So yeah, normally when I appear, it's with at least 3 of us, usually 4 of us.
Wow. And then there was such a depth of sound when you have the other 3 people behind you.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
And you're performing. Kenn Morr is performing at the Bridge Street Cafe in Collinsville, 7 p.m. Friday night. Black Friday.
Black Friday, yeah. So I figure you go out, you go get your discounts.
Absolutely.
Your early discounts. I heard some people are actually opening stores on Thanksgiving. Is that true?
Well, I'm working Thanksgiving.
Isn't that sacrilegious?
There is a movement out there. There's a woman from Target, and it's not from the local areas, but she is saying that Thanksgiving is for families, and they shouldn't be open.
Right.
And, and the people will walk into your store, and they will say, "What are you doing working on Thanksgiving?"
Like it's your choice.
And I say, "Because you're here."
Right.
So if you don't want us to work on Thanksgiving, stop coming.
That's right. That's right.
So... who I feel bad for is those people that have to work at midnight, 12:01 Friday morning. Those are the people I feel. I mean, at least I'll be able to have dinner and then go to work. So I'll fall asleep on one of the beds. But the people that have to be in at midnight after trying to watch football and then eat and then party and be with their family, now you got to get up and work till 6 o'clock in the morning. Those are the people.
That's some heavy lifting. Although I have to, I don't want to complain, but I have to be up for a radio interview Friday morning, and I have to be there in West Hartford at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Where are you going?
To WWH.
Oh, WWH. We simulcast WWH when we're not on the air here.
Oh, cool. Great.
Yeah, so, and what time are you doing that?
8 o'clock with Steve Thieker.
You won't be, I won't be on with you.
Okay.
I won't be able to play it. I'll be on tomorrow morning, so.
So that's but then at least I get to go home and take a little nap, and then the show's not till 7. So
now you're a football fan. I was hearing you talk to Mike Bayette.
Big time Jets fan, and they're playing our nemesis on Thursday night, and Gronkowski's injured for the Patriots, so that gives us a little bit of a fighter's chance, but still it looks a little bleak from our end.
It does, and Aaron Hernandez is still out for the Patriots, so they're losing their 2 top tight ends.
Yeah.
You're listening to WAPJ Torrington, broadcasting at 89.9, 105.1 FM. Long as we brought it up, Tim Tebow, what do you think?
Well, here's a Jets, a very, I'm going to give you an objective Jets fan's opinion, and I think I probably speak for 98% of them, that when I heard that we were getting Tim Tebow, I thought it was the most ridiculous, especially after we had just signed Mark Sanchez to an extended contract. Yeah. But now here's the other part of it, is that Mark Sanchez has never had an opportunity. No, I shouldn't say an opportunity. Mark Sanchez has never had to fight for a job. He was given the job as a rookie.
Right out of college.
And he led us to 2 AFC championship games. I get it. But a lot of that was because the team around him was so good. The last 2 years, or the last year and a half, he has not been all that great. And I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world to give the ball to Tim Tebow for a half, or for at least a full series. I mean, they just literally take him, they put him in for one, they run him right into the line, and then he's out, and then Sanchez comes. I'd like to see Tim Tebow get the ball for a series or 2, or maybe even a half, and just to, because I don't think necessarily that Mark's the end all,
No, I mean, and if you look at the stats, comparatively speaking, his stats aren't as good as Tim Tebow's were last year in Denver.
Right.
And Tebow was winning games.
And he won a game against the Steelers in the playoffs.
That's right.
And so he can do it. I mean, they say he's no good. His teammates say he's no good. And I heard Mike Francesa on Fan the other day say that, well, you can't really judge Tebow in practice, because what Tebow does in a game it's all of those intangible things that never come up in a practice, and he just has a way of winning. Even if it's ugly, he has a way of winning.
Doug Flutie with the same situation.
Absolutely.
He just won football games.
Yeah.
He might go 9 for 28, but he might hit 4 in a row in the final quarter.
You got it.
Yeah. So it's just it's an enigma.
It is. And so I wouldn't mind, just for the fun of it, seeing it. And also, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to push a starter and let him know that he's not necessarily the end all, and that you do have to work for a job. And, you could say the greatest ones in the world. I mean, Mickey Mantle was sent down to the minor leagues, so
of course.
It's not like it's the end of his career.
Joe DiMaggio had to sit and wait to get on the field.
There it is.
So, and look what happened to him.
Well, about Tom Brady sitting behind Drew Bledsoe. You know?
Yeah.
So Mark never had to do that, and so